Cam Rogers with you alongside Tom Downey. It's time to get into the latest Carolina Panthers rumors, and we'll start things off with really some news. Dave Tepper has bought the Carolina Panthers officially because it was approved today, Tom.
Yes, so that's kind of the update there. And this is not a surprise, right? Like, everyone knew that Tepper had bought this, he was going to get approved. It was just a matter of the paperwork almost going through in the end because Tepper is a former minority owner of the Pittsburgh Steelers. So, yeah, the NFL are going to keep him, or the NFL is going to keep one of their guys in. Like, that's the thing that I'm not surprised about with the Panthers. So, not surprised here. I am surprised, Cam, by the amount of money.
That's a lot.
$2.28 billion is a lot of money.
Do you have that in your back pocket, Tom?
If you get rid of the B, yeah, I do.
You know, the good thing about this news is the Carolina Panthers stay in Carolina. They keep their GM, they keep their head coach, continuity, all that good stuff. I like to see that. I don't like to see teams move and all that because I do feel bad for the fans out there. So, Dave Tepper buying the Carolina Panthers. 4 Goodell heads there. It's fact news. All right, let's get to rumor number 2. Is Cam Newton the #1 quarterback in the NFL? Tom, you do the honors.
It's fake news. I'm sorry, James Bradbury. I get what you're saying. You're backing your guy, but he's not the best quarterback. Now, could he have one of the best seasons? Absolutely, but better than Rodgers or Brady, even when he won the MVP?
Kind of crazy.
I just don't think so. So I am sorry, Cam Newton. Look, I love you. We'll sing your praises here in just a minute. But Cam Newton is not the best quarterback in the NFL. I think he's one of the best. But I'm taking Rodgers and Brady every time over Cam Newton. Now, he can do a lot of things for you, and he's a very talented and immensely talented quarterback. But to say that he's #1 overall, I just don't get it.
Yeah.
I disagree. Look, I get it. You're supporting your guy, but come on, buddy.
Like, it's not like he was asked, is Cam Newton the #1 quarterback in the NFL? He just kind of said it. So, yeah, I understand what Bradbury is doing here. But with that, where does Cam Newton rank among quarterbacks in the National Football League? I mean, where do you slot him in there, Tom?
I mean, I think at the very least he's in that top 10, top 15 discussion range. I mean,
definitely top 15.
I don't really think he's a top 5 quarterback, but he's definitely top 15. At the very least, I'm definitely considering him to be a top 10 guy, right? And we'll let you guys chime in here as well, but if you think he's out to the top 15, give me a reason because it makes no sense. I think he's definitely a top 10 quarterback in the NFL, so I'm going to give the laughy face on that one.
Okay, let's continue on with the Cam Newton theme as we go to rumor number 3. Is Cam the toughest to defend out there? At least offensive coordinator Norv Turner thinks so.
Well, I definitely say among those toughest. So we're going to give him three heads on this one. So now we'll sing some more praises of Cam Newton after saying he's not the best quarterback in the NFL. Norv Turner said, to me, Cam was one of the 3 or 4, if not the hardest guys to defend in the NFL. And I think that makes sense because when he's on his best game, when he's accurate, when he's able to run, that's when he's really tough to defend. Now, there are times when Cam Newton is just off cam and he's actually not that difficult to defend, even though the running does make it difficult.
All right, so 3 Goodell heads there. Norv Turner, the new OC, working with Cam Newton and the other quarterbacks there for the Carolina Panthers as well. He does believe Cam can get to a high 60 completion percentage, so we'll see if that comes to fruition there. Let's get to rumor number 4 here on the list. Donte Jackson to play outside cornerback, Tom.
3 heads on this one, and this does seem pretty likely. At least that's the Panthers' current plan. This one comes from Panthers.com, a.k.a. Bill Voth, and it's intriguing to me because I don't think Donte Jackson should be an outside cornerback. I think he should be a slot corner through and through. He's undersized, but he's really, really fast. Didn't have great ball skills. I think in the long run, to maximize his ability, don't you want him to be a nickel corner first? And I think that having him go learn outside and then saying, hey, you can learn inside, I actually don't like that idea. I think it causes more problems, more issues for Jackson by learning outside and kicking inside. I don't think it's the best way to go about it because look, Cam, you know this, Panthers fans know this, if you've seen our NFL draft coverage, I'm really not a huge fan of Donte Jackson. Like, I don't think he's a terrible player by any means. I just don't think he's going to be a dynamite corner. I thought it was a little bit of a reach, but I think he can be a good nickel corner, so go put him there. Don't put him on the outside.
All right, so 3 Goodell heads there. Let's go to the next rumor on the list. DJ Moore to have a 1,000-yard season in 2018. Tom, this is kind of lofty.
Look, it was a bold prediction by 24/7 Sports, so bold I approve of, but it's just the one head. Like, look, guys, I like DJ Moore. I think he's going to be a talented player, but there's a reason that it's only been done once at the receiver position, not including Greg Olsen, not including tight ends. So, and that was Kelvin Benjamin, who had 8 more yards than 1,000. So, look, he reminds me of Sammy Watkins. I think he's got ability. I think he could down the road be a 1,000-yard guy. But with Devin Funchess there, Greg Olsen, we're going to mention Curtis Samuel here in a second. He should be coming back, and you're going to get Christian McCaffrey really involved in the passing game. I just don't know if Moore's going to reach that 1,000-yard mark. He might come close, but I think 1,000 yards is unlikely, to say the least.
But he will get there. I mean, he will eventually become a consistent 1,000-yard receiver, at least in my eyes, Tom. I think Moore will blend well with Cam Newton and Norv Turner as well. They have that trifecta. Those are 3 very offensively solid people, players and coaches collectively there. So 1,000-yard season coming for DJ Moore in 2018. 1 Goodell head, but in his career, definitely going to happen at some point. Let's get to rumor number 6 on the list. Curtis Samuel back on the practice field, Tom. 3 heads here. He's at least catching passes.
I like Samuel. He's not actually practicing. That's why it's only the 3 heads here, because he's not fully back quite yet. But he is a little bit ahead of schedule right now, and that's a very promising sign for Samuel, who the Panthers really liked. Took him in round 2 out of Ohio State and had that bad ankle injury. And Rivera said that they're not going to rush him back, but he was out there getting some work on the side, doing some routes, even though he wasn't actually practicing during OTAs. So it's a good sign for Samuel. I still kind of think that he and Christian McCaffrey in the end should be used very similarly, in very similar ways. It's almost a wide receiver halfback hybrid, but he does bring you some more talent there. Again, I still think the Panthers are kind of confused on what their offense should be, if it's a play action deep passing attack or a much more get guys open in space type deal and let your quarterback throw it to him, which I don't know if that's the best fit for Newton. But either way, Sam was a talented player. It's really good to see him back out there, at least getting closer to fully being back.